on Clubhouse. She's quite jealous, I think is the right word. Yeah, I think she is. Like she's
the jealousy leads in social
But then
media.
you find out that he's been cheating on her.
Did they
Yeah,
found out.
Yeah, Jamil. So that's what I'm saying. Do you see how men can just how can you cheat on your girl and then take her to therapy? That is such gaslighting from men.
Good morning, people. How are we? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. If you're on YouTube watching, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. If you're on Apple Podcasts, if you're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, all the other little ones, we appreciate you for listening. We have a new guest, a new week, episode 15. We have Jeanette with us today.
Hey.
The one and only from BehindTheMic Podcast.
Yes.
How are we? How are you?
I'm
You okay?
good. I'm blessed. I'm feeling blessed.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you.
I've said before, starting my podcast and linking up with other people, and I won't use networking because I know you don't like that word. But collaborating with other people. I've seen some other podcasts. Yeah. And I found yours, BehindTheMic Podcast. Mm-hmm. And I was interested. Yeah. One, because, I think this is the biggest one. You do it on your own. Okay. I do my podcast on my own. Yeah. Most people we see, they do it with someone. Yeah, exactly. It's like 2 or 3 people. Yeah. So I was interested in that, that you can go out there and do on your own. And 2, some of the topics you talk about. Mm-hmm. So for people who don't know you, don't know the BehindTheMic Podcast, just talk to us about getting into that. What helped you get into that? Why you wanted to do it?
Do you know what's so funny? Disclaimer, like this is my first like collab with a pod. So questions like these I've never had to actually answer. But yeah, I started BTM in August.
BehindTheMic Pod?
Yeah, BehindTheMic Pod in August last year, 2020. The initial thing was because I wanted to get into presenting. I still want to. So I want to become like a host, presenter. Okay. And whenever I'd reach out to other hosts and stuff, the first thing they do is be like, oh, what do you do? Like, what do you do to showcase your hosting? And I didn't have anything. I was just like, I have a passion for it. So then my mentor was like, start something up yourself. Like, do a show, podcast wasn't there. It wasn't a thing. It was like, do a show.
How long ago was this?
This was maybe May last year.
As in your podcast wasn't there?
No, so yeah, the podcast wasn't there.
Your podcast?
Yeah,
okay,
my
podcast. I thought you meant podcast in general.
No, my podcast wasn't here. So what I did is I used to interview artists on Instagram Live, and I used to talk to them. And so like I just reach out to them on DM and be like, I want to interview you on Instagram Live at this time. And so then that sort of got me a bit more confident about speaking in front of people and whatnot. And then I wanted to take it onto like a live thing, like an actual pod. And it's funny because I don't think even now, I don't feel like my thing's a pod because I never use mics. I just film it with a camera and sort of podcast, you upload it onto Spotify, YouTube, but I put it into like a show type of thing and put it onto YouTube. And so like my first episode was August 31st or September 1st or something. So that was 2020. And yeah, since then we've just been making content. I talk about anything to do with pop culture. I'm with my friends, the gal them, the man them, people from my city, and then I also do stuff with artists still. So I've had a couple artists come onto the show.
Now you've had a few people on there. You've had artists. You've had some people who do sneakers.
Yeah, exactly. You had Streetwise. Yeah.
Was this was always the plan then, to have people on there who do these kinds of things?
It was initially because whenever I'd want to, for presenting, for example, you'd go online and you'd be like, okay, what can I see that I can kind of achieve as well? And how did people do it? And there was nothing like that. So it was like, okay, what can I do to kind of provide a space for that people, youngers in my city or people around can be like, oh, I want to be an artist. How can I do it? And kind of look at how people did it. And especially because I get underground sort of people, they haven't ever done an interview sort of thing before. Yeah. So I'm kind of like the first person who does it. And then
it's I love the podcast. I've seen a few of them now, and you've had some very interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Some like any other podcast you watch.
Yeah.
I'm listening to it. I'm hearing about, specific situations.
Yeah.
I'm hearing opposing opinions. And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, definitely.
No.
Yeah, I love that because it's like, even when I'm watching your thing or I'm watching anyone else's podcast, you feel like you're in the conversation. Yeah. You're like, no, I don't agree with that. Yeah. Or yeah, I kind of get that.
And then you realize they don't even know you're listening.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
So it's great to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember one of the episodes I watched. You had 2 or 4 of your friends on. Well, 3 of your friends on. A girl and 2 guys.
Yeah.
And you had some very interesting conversations.
Yeah, that one was a brazy one. But do you know what's so funny? It's like those guys. So it's Sasha, he's my best friend, and then the 2 other guys are my friends as well. Mm-hmm. So in that space, I feel like anything that's said is genuine because these man, when it's not like an artist who has to kind of be like a bit cautious about what these exactly. These man are my friends and they know what they want to say and they'll say it. So when I kind of envisioned the episode, I kind of knew that these were the right people to bring on, and because I never had a girl and a boy collab, the kind of topics were kind of best suited. And it's so funny because I've never been in a relationship, so the things that these people were talking about, I'm not involved. So it was I'm not involved. I live vicariously through my friends' relationship. So it's funny to kind of like hear what they have to say and whatnot.
Nah, it's funny to hear people's opinions.
Yeah.
So the topic of that podcast was.
It was 12 things men fear but don't talk about.
12 things men fear but don't talk about.
Yeah.
What were some of the? You remember I've had some of the. Just random off some of the list.
Like their financial situation, how they might look, the threat of another man. So like maybe their exes and like their girls' exes and stuff. And in that we kind of like just kind of diverted and jumped off onto other topics, and it was good. Yeah, it was a really funny episode.
So I thought it would be funny.
Look at your
and
hand.
Ironic.
This guy, you're mad.
I thought it would be funny and ironic to have you host an episode like that.
Yeah.
And to bring you here.
Okay.
Just flip it and put
you
under
see
the
your
microscope.
life. Yeah. You can try that, but
and ask you. Of course, I'm not gonna go and assume you speak for all women because
exactly.
You gotta speak for yourself. But you being a woman and understanding other women and having friends who are also women, you can give a good insight.
Yeah, I can try.
So it would be similar to the line of things women fear.
Yeah, you're moving crazy. You're moving so crazy.
Things women fear and sometimes do or sometimes don't talk about.
Yeah.
So we're interested.
No, for sure. Let's do it.
So one of the first things is on the list. Number 1.
Yeah.
And I think I have a good idea about this as well because there's some of the stuff that guys know. And you just said it there for the men as well. Financial situation.
Yeah.
But for females.
Okay.
Which in a nutshell, I could probably say females hardly think about that ever.
Yeah, okay. Let's, for a bit of context, I'm still very, very young, right? So financial, I still live with my parents. I'm still so for me, financial situation is not something that's at the top of my head because I know I have people that I can go home to, and if worse comes to worse, mum, lend me a tenner, whatever. So let's like leave dating out of it. For me, just know it's good. You know, we're set, we're calm, you know, we're living life, you know, and I know that I have within me, I have a drive to know that I want to go out and make my money and fend for myself and kind of provide for myself. Within the dating scene, I will not lie, it does sort of change because, see, I've never had a boyfriend and I don't intend on, you know, pursuing that anytime soon. So I know that if it were to come to that, I'm really sure for myself that I'm so comfortable about talking about money that it's not going to be an awkward thing. Like we can talk, bro, you paying for this, I'm paying for this, lend me that. I'm not, even with my friends, like we rarely have discussions about, can you lend me back this thing? Like I literally traveled with my friend today. We were paying for each other's tickets, this sort of thing. It's not a weird thing. And the last thing a man can do with a girl who is kind of sure of herself is kind of flash, can think that the thing that can excite me is their money.
It's funny, these are the things that we're told as men.
Yeah.
To like, It's like with animals when like animals are competing for like a female animal and they're trying to mate with the animal and the males are competing. It's like they'll do something like
to kind of flash and
show that they're the guy. Yeah, that's like one of the things that you like were taught. Like,
and
show that you got money, like you got peas.
I feel like it's maybe taught is the wrong word because I guess no one's taught that. Maybe is the right word, but I feel like it depends the type of women you attract. If you are the type of guy who's kind of flashy with your garms, flashy with your money, you will attract girls who are excited about those things. Whereas if you're kind of more, I guess, timid, less showy about that, then you will not.
That is a great point you just mentioned, is people don't realize that, people don't realize the energy they put out is what they're going to attract.
Of course.
I've heard of so many like girls that are angry at a certain guy who has done something to them, whatever the case may be, in terms of relationships or whatever it may be. And then they're angry at that. And I'm thinking, but these are the guys you're attracted.
Yeah.
This is the energy you're putting out there.
I agree with you. What you put in is what you get out, but it's crazy because like a lot of it's weird. I am kind of like the exception. A lot of girls may not think like this. Does that make sense?
When you were talking about that, bro, it was more Jeanette stuff.
No, it's not even. Yes, I don't want to put myself on a high horse and I'm so independent, bro. I like people treating me as well. Do you see what I mean? But the moment that you set expectations for other people and you expect that a man should provide for you, and you just will get yourself let down. So just do it yourself, and you won't. I
remember you said I don't believe it was. I might have been that episode. You said something about you're not a jealous type.
No, I don't think I'd be. I don't think I am. No, okay, let me say, I don't think I'm the jealous type because I just don't care. Like, I actually don't care. Like, you can do the most. You can actually do the most, but best know I know what's going on. Do you get it? Like, I know myself, and I know, like, I'd like to say, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to say in that situation, if there was some sort of threat from another woman or like, best know, like in my head, I'm going to make myself believe this is not deep. This is not deep. Yeah, it's not deep.
How much of this, just comfortable, just this feeling comfortable and that confidence in that is how much of it should be from you and how much of it should be from the other half?
We're a partnership. We're a team, right? So you should know me enough to know how I might react in that situation, and you should judge accordingly how you will kind of reciprocate whatever situation, and the same way I would, right? But like I said before, the moment you kind of expect someone to do something and expect to understand how you might feel in the situation and they don't do that, you're just going to be like, rah. What, so you can do that and get away with it and you think I wouldn't be angry? Then it's just a whole lot of madness. Do you see what I mean? That doesn't need to be happening. So all I can do is have control over what I feel and how I might act. And if he wants to do the mad thing, he will do it. Do you get it? If he wants to go and flirt with other guys and girls even, he will do that. All I can do is keep calm and collected.
There's something that's a big factor in this, and it translates to like, I guess humans get, males get as well. It translates to like this jealousy thing.
Yeah.
But something that like elevates it is social media.
Oh, for sure.
And, there's been people, actually, I don't think it was that, but I'm not going to go into that blue therapy stuff.
No.
I think I heard it there because I haven't seen it. But
have you not watched it?
No.
Oh, why not?
I mean, I just don't, it's not.
Is it not your thing?
No, it's not. It's not that it's not my thing. I feel like I would be very interested into the conversation.
Oh, too invested sort of thing.
But it's like who? Why are we like? It's like, why is this happening? It's like, is the therapist even a professional therapist?
Yeah. There was a lot of conversation, like a lot of like, is it fake? Is it? I personally don't think it's real I didn't think it was real until I was more into it and I was seeing that the emotions that some of the guests on there were actually having, and it was like, wow, this like.
But it's like at what point? Because like because I'm in psychology and I do a lot of sports psychology, and a big part of that psychology in general is like ethics and being ethical.
Yeah,
and
I did psychology at A-level.
Right, so being ethical in your stance and the people you have, and all your clients and whatnot. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this is supposed to be like a therapy session.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the therapy, if they're therapy or not. I'm like, what does it say about you that you're on the show talking about people's open business?
Yeah.
It's like it just didn't look like something that was.
I feel like you have to understand
for entertainment purposes, it looks hella funny.
Yeah, exactly. It depends what you're going. If you're going into it being like, oh, I'm trying to watch it, you're not going to get that, and you have to understand like. This is uploaded onto Trend Central, which is it is a very big entertainment platform on YouTube, which doesn't really. So yeah, I kind of expected the rumors for it to be fake, but it's for the culture.
Yeah, so. I guess if I need to go watch something like that and be like, I just want to laugh right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of the videos I've seen people talk about it sounds wild. Like,
mums.
I already know there's only 2 of them. There's only 2 like separate couples, separate episodes.
Yes, there's only 2 couples on the show.
I saw a video of the bald head guy who moves wild.
Oh yeah, my favorite villain.
and the other one talking about he needs to buy a house and the girl spending bare money.
Yeah, that was a very big episode. Yeah, the conversations on that I saw on the Twitter on Twitter the conversations and like people were because it was funny. It was like a thing where like. It was kind of feeding into this thing that like girls are just so materialistic. Like she doesn't have her head pattern. She doesn't know what she wants in life. And then of course the man knows what he's doing and he's trying to save for a house. But then you find.
But what was this about his phone? Or was it the other bald guy? Something about their phone and.
Oh yeah. So that was the other. So it's Deborah and Jaron, I think. I can't remember his name. Jamil. And I think the girl has a lot of, she's quite wary about his, how he acts on his phone. He's very active on Clubhouse. She's quite jealous, I think is the right word. Yeah, I think she is. Like she's
the jealousy leads in social
But then
media.
you find out that he's been cheating on her.
They found out.
Yeah, Jamil. So that's what I'm saying. Do you see how men can just how can you cheat on your girl and then take her to therapy? That is such gaslighting from men. It was so mad. I was thinking, so from the start I was on Jamil's side. I was like, this girl's moving brazy. She wants a Prada hat. And this guy's trying to save for a house. You need to get her priorities straight. Then you find out that he's been cheating, and it's like
that was like confirmed.
That was said on the episodes, on later, like it's one of the last episodes that they find out that.
And they're talking about him.
She leaves the therapy session. Remember, it's content. So these men like they do like follow them around, and she's like, "How can you take me to therapy?" No. It was mad. I was shocked. I was like,
what did he say?
He was like, no, listen, babe, I love you. No, fuck off. Shut up. Like, what are you talking about? How can you take your girlfriend to therapy after you've cheated on her? And that's when it's a bit like, oh, is this content? Because it's like, would man actually move like that? So it is.
Sounds like some Jeremy Kyle show, man.
It was good though. It's good. It's good. I definitely.
Jeremy Kyle's entertaining as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's for the culture, you know. It was good. It was good. And then you find out about the other couple, you know, Paul and Choma, and that's also good.
Yeah, apparently he's enjoying. He's living up on social media.
I've
been seeing people share pictures of him.
Yeah. He is.
Oh, he's really feeding into whatever character.
Exactly.
But yeah, no. So the jealousy thing in social media, that social media elevates that ridiculously.
Of course.
And some people, again, it happens with males too. But some people who are not like. I'm just not a fan of people who put so much emphasis on it.
On socials. Okay.
Especially when you're with someone. It's like, you know, not even if you're with someone. Like I was talking to a girl once who posted a picture and I didn't like it like within like the day. Okay. Without the first day.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And it was like, it wasn't a big problem, but it was like, it was something.
Yeah. I feel like.
And I was like, bro, like.
I feel like for girls, it kind of like it is a thing where it's like, I feel like you have your doubts sometimes. So if maybe she was having doubts already and you've not gone and liked her picture, she's like, oh, does he not like me anymore? Like, why does he not like my picture? Like, I posted this for you. I wanted you to like, I don't care about the other man them liking it. I wanted you to like it. So, but I don't really like, I wouldn't post my relationship on socials. Really, because first of all, you'll be my best mate. Like, if you're there, you're there. Like, if we post each other, it's gonna whatever. But I really don't feel like. It's not a thing where people don't need to see it, but honestly, people don't care. Like, people don't care about me, so why do you need to see my...
Yeah, it's I was talking about this yesterday with some people, and it's again, this happens with humans, but I think it happens most of the time with females because of just the things that are pushed onto females a certain way they have to be. There are certain things that females think about that subconsciously or consciously about themselves. And it's like, men don't give a damn
about
the specific thing that you're thinking about.
Yeah, for sure.
I spoke to numerous girls that I'll be talking to them for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And they say like, oh, I've got this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, no, you don't. Or like, sometimes I'll speak to a male friend and be like, oh, my eyebrows are just not shaped properly. They look horrible. And he's like, they look the same. And what, they look the same? What? Like, you guys don't notice. That's something I do realize, that we kind of overplay it in our heads. Some things that we might be self-conscious about that people don't really know.
Yeah, not even just your girlfriend, but when a friend, like a female friend, tells you something about something she's changed, and you're like, oh, swear you changed it.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
That's the worst thing ever. Like, did you notice that? Like, generally, some things we just, because we're not doing it every day, so we just wouldn't take notice of it.
Or one time I'll be like, I was on FaceTime with my friend, he's a male, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go take off my makeup. I'll call you back. Gone and removed it now. I've gone, do you see a difference? He's like, your eyebrows are a bit smaller. That's a bit. Like, what? So the skin was not smooth before. The contour was not. I'm doing all of these things for people to notice and be like, rah, she's glowing. But really, they don't really know.
That's why you picked out your eyebrows.
Yeah, like what?
But yeah, that's it. But even that's a human thing. Like,
yeah.
And even males, there's things that we might think about, and nobody cares. So
yeah.
It's like, as individuals, as human beings, like, we are very significant. Like, just you being here, me being here.
Isn't it like the spotlight theory? Like, we think we're the most important people in the world. Like, I am the center of my world, and I think that. But to you, you're not the center of. I'm not the center of your world. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. It's I guess it is essentially that. But it's like it's both, because like in that sense, in the grand scheme of things, like, we are insignificant. Like,
we're just all living on a floating rock, and
we walk past people every single day who are other human beings like you, and you don't give them the thought of day. Like, we're insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but in the same way, as human beings, as individuals, we are quite significant.
Exactly.
The fact that we're here, so it's like, some people just need to get over yourself. Like, in the grand scheme of things, nobody cares.
Definitely. And
people have a lot more things to worry about than
mums. And as of recent, when it comes to socials, like if we're touching on the social media thing, before, as of maybe like a month, 2 months ago, I used to be really self-conscious about, not even self-conscious is the right, but I used to not like to post on my main Snapchat story or like on my Instagram story, because I wanted it in a certain type of way. And then I really deeped it. I was like, bro, nobody cares. Nobody even looked. They might look at, rah, she's in London, next. But me, I'm thinking, I need to make sure that this filters the right way, and the way I'm posing is that no one cares. Like, no one. That's the one thing I've learned, that people don't know anything in this life. Everyone is just vibing. Everyone is just vibing, and it's not a big deal.
It's that just last point about that spotlight theory you mentioned. I was walking and talking with someone, female, and we'll just, like, I'm spontaneous sometimes, so I was like, let's just go chill at like a coffee shop or whatever, a Costa or whatever. And then she was like, oh, I'm not, blah blah blah, like, I don't want someone's gonna see me. I'm like, bruh, I didn't say this so I don't know how to feel, but like, no one cares about you. Like, no one actually cares. But even if someone has you on social media, on Instagram, whatever, and they see you on road, they'll be like, oh, that's blah blah blah. 10 minutes later, they don't give a damn.
Yeah, in saying that though, I do appreciate that. Me saying that, don't get me twisted, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes I will be the same as your friend. I'm like, I don't really feel too confident today for me to just be stepping out the way. I might be looking bummy as hell, and someone else might be looking, oh, that's Jeanette. But for me inside, I'm like, nah, this is Jeanette who's bummy, who doesn't look patterns, this is that. So I will not be as confident. But then at the end, like, nobody does care, really and truly. Like, nobody does care. So
I am not a fan of, so what you just said there about people calling you, I mean, not people calling you, people, you just not feeling like you look the greatest today, and sometimes people might think, oh, people are going to see me, whatever. I'm very much a fan of women who just, like, to some certain degree, they just don't care.
Yeah.
Because I understand that, you know, the world we live in, there is so much pressure on them, on women, to do certain things. So when I find a woman that just doesn't care, like, that already shows me that she's going against the grain. Like, okay, when everyone's going right, she's going left. So, like, someone who just comes out and they don't give a damn about how they look, they're in a tracksuit, or makeup, whatever.
Yeah. You got this. Yeah. No, for sure. I think it's a balance. There's a difference between being I don't care and you can just act however you want to and you just kind of have no regard for other people that might be around, and there's definitely a difference. Whereas if you've got I don't care because I'm sure of myself and I know that the only person who's here to judge me is myself and God, then like at the end of the day, nothing can, like, you're so sure of yourself that nothing can kind of phase you. It's something
a lot of people need to work on. I've seen it, and guys too, like, you know, I talk from my perspective, there are certain points in certain aspects where we validate ourselves through something else, through another like external factor.
Okay.
Whether that be a financial situation, if we've got money or not. Whether that be, you know, how many girls talk to us that we can talk to, or we've been with. Okay. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, none of that is really gonna matter. No. So like humans just being self-aware of themselves and understanding that, you know, they are the final line.
I see where you're going.
And it ends with them. Everybody will just be
mind-blowing. For me personally, when it comes to socials and when it comes to like how I may present myself, I'm so sure of myself. I'd like to say, not as much as I'd like to be. There's definitely, like I said, there's definitely times where I'm like, today's not the day, or like whatever that might be, or insecure about boys not liking me, or my friends not. It happens, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's only a minute thing. Like I know who's there for me. I know who's on the team. I know who's riding for me, and that should matter much more than the 1% that don't. Like,
to be fair, that's exactly it, basically.
Yeah.
Another one is a sticky one. It's a sticky one.
That's a sticky one.
Sticky one still. Weight.
Okay.
Putting on weight.
Yeah.
And that is another thing that I mentioned that like females would feel some sort of way about, and we don't even like notice that much. But it's such a big thing because
you don't notice it. So you wouldn't notice if someone.
No, I've noticed if someone put on weight, but it's like it's not that. It's always that deeper in
their heads,
their own heads than the guy. Than it's for the guy. More time, it's not that even big of a deal. Like, I've only ever. I'm thinking about.
You're trying to not beat yourself out. Look at your life.
Say that. I've only really the only people that have like that are in great shape.
Yeah.
Like generally great shape are people who like are some sort of like trainers or like PTs. Or maybe there's someone who isn't.
Who proper invest in fitness and stuff. Really. Yeah.
Even if you're not PT, you could be someone who works out a lot and you pay attention to it. Really, those are people with great shape. If you're not one of them people who really invest in that fitness lifestyle, then not that you're not going to be in great shape, because what is the best shape? But
it's completely subjective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's like there's going to be things that someone might not, according to society, might not like. Yeah. But that's not the point, because again, it's subjective. There is no, best shape or right shape to be. And on top of that, we're humans. Like, you're a normal person. There's a normal life. Yeah. You eat food. You love food. You drink. You go. And doesn't mean that you're humongous. It just means you are how you are. Yeah. But more times, like that's really how it is for guys. Like we generally don't care.
No, for sure. As girls, for me, definitely my weight is something that I pay attention to. That does make me feel self-conscious sometimes. But do you know who actually, it's my girls. Boys are not there to be like, you are in great shape. It's my girls who are like, Jeanette, you look calm, like relax, you're calm. And no matter how many times they might say that, if you don't feel in great shape, or if you don't feel like how you might look is not the best for you, then you will feel some type of way about it. And the biggest thing to kind of play into that is social media, and the way that, with the BBL and stuff that people are having now. And do you know what pisses me off the most is fitness girls who have had a BBL, who have,
Wait, what? I'm getting it wrong. What's the BBL?
Like when you might so you like get fat from your belly or wherever you might have fat, and then put it into your bum.
Okay, yeah.
So, and it kind of gives you like round hips. The ideal, it's kind of like the Kim K body, right?
Right.
So girls will start gym disappear for 3 months and then come back and be like, wow, look at the transformation. Best know they've gone Turkey and they've gotten a BBL. That's what they've been doing. Right?
Can I go on?
And no, it's kind of like you're promoting that it's a shape that you can't get naturally, right? Hip dips and all these things are so natural, right? But because so many girls kind of get it manufactured and kind of removed, it's when you have it, it's like, oh, I have this, and you try and fix it when it cannot be fixed. It's like bone structure. It's not a thing where you can. So yeah, for me, it is a self-conscious thing, but like you said, boys don't notice it. People around me, my brothers, my boy best friends are not, I know they'd come to me if it was a serious problem, and it's not, but it's within me.
This BBL thing and this going to Turkey, can an average girl go and do this? Like, how much is this thing?
Yeah, no, I think
so. Like a normal person who's not on these.
Yeah, no, I know people who have, that are normal people. That have gone into, yes.
How much is?
I'm not sure the figures, but maybe something like 5k. It's like 5-10k. I'm not sure. You cannot quote me, but
I mean, if you're just a normal person out here, that is money you're investing.
No, for sure, and that's why it's easier for kind of like your Insta models and stuff to get, because 5k you can make that, and what is not a thing, but it's just the way that these, because obviously you have little people as young. My sister's 13. I don't know if she looks up to them, but she sees them on her TL all the time. And she's looking at herself, maybe being like, I don't have a body like that, but it's an unnatural body. She cannot achieve that without her having to go to surgery.
That's one of the like things that like scares me the most about this stuff, and about social media, and about, you know, what society puts out there that you have to be. It's like the people that, you know, young girls look up to, the people that they have to look up to are like somewhat unattainable things. And it's like, I forgot what the stat was, but there was a stat I saw a long time ago about like so many young girls that are 13 to the 16, 18 that like an overwhelmingly amount of them were like said that they don't look like, they said something like they don't look like what they look like on social media, or they don't like
the way that they might look on social media is not the way they look like in real life, and they don't like that sort of thing.
And it was like an overwhelming amount, like 60, 70, 80% of females said it, or like they're not happy with the way they look and they prefer it on social media or something. I was just like, fam, this is crazy.
No, it is mad. It is very mad, and it's sad. I think it's really sad. There's obviously not a solution, because social media is only going to get bigger, and it's only going to grow, and that is only going to get worse. But I feel like there needs to be enough people like us, or like enough girls like me, who kind of show the real body and make it normal and make it okay. And also men and also guys kind of supporting that and being like, yeah, I might like the BBL thing. Of course, it's attractive, you know, big bums. That is okay. And I don't think you should shame people for liking that either. But I think just be honest about it. If you've gone and gotten a BBL, don't promote that you've got it naturally. And also men just sort of also bigging up the natural bodies, you know, your bellies, you know, summer's coming out. People are going to be wearing swimsuits, and people should feel comfortable if they have a belly, if they don't have the biggest of bums, if they have the big thighs, to go out and rock it as well. So
I laugh at, it's not really a thing now, but when this like flat tummy tea stuff came out, like, I thought, oh my word,
I fed into it. I thought it was true.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, people out here like,
yeah, it's like a little herb thing, mix it with water. No, we've been there. Yeah, I know about it.
What? You drink this and this is supposed to like make your tummy flat, like it's supposed to make you lose weight. It's
because I think as humans we lack a cheat way, don't we? I was literally telling you, I was like, I'm going to Portugal, can I get my body in 4 weeks? And you were like, no. It's because as humans we don't want to put in the work, and we don't want to, but it is crazy. It is very mad, but
and it's a shame because you know, the best things in life, things that are the most worth it, they come from the long way. They come from the hard
put in work in and whatnot.
Yeah. It's like nothing worthwhile is going to be easy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, once people understand that, then even when I'm in a gym and I see some females, like sometimes they just come, it's like leg day every day.
You're even mad because you know what, I'm that girl. I've been into the arms bit, but
it's like,
I say be very careful about what you're about to say next. Do you get it?
It's like the whole point of like, okay, maybe not the whole point, I would say the whole point I would say is like, go work out, go to the gym.
Yeah.
To, like improve your physical health, your mental health, but everywhere, in every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Go into the gym and be successful in, doing leg day every day. Your legs get strong, your thighs can get strong, your bum can get big.
Mm.
But then, when you can't even lift up 3 kg, it's like...
I don't know. I feel like, again, like, who's you to say that?
No, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying...
Of course. Yeah. And I feel you're completely justified in saying that. But I am the type of person who is like, if getting out of bed and you doing leg day 5 times a week and that person seeing you doing legs, for me, I do not give a toss what you're doing in the gym. You're there, you're doing your thing. Let me do my thing. I don't think, because where boys are like, oh, it's leg day every day for girls, bro, just shut up. Because there's a lot of boys kind of say that, It's like, bro, you just go do your thing. Why is it arm day every day for you?
Yeah, no, but on the outside, there are bad guys who just go to be...
Exactly. And you're you haven't got the right form. You're just lifting up for the sake, bro. Because if you want to play that game, we can play that. Me, I'm not even a gym fanatic, but I know when something's looking brazy, right? So
that's the thing. Like, when I started, when I was young, like 16, 17, and I was going to gym. I just went to go lift stuff because I thought this is what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think I was even doing it correctly until I, got a bit older and started going with gyms, people who actually knew what they're doing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, something I was doing wasn't right. But yeah, it's like...
And you're pulling muscles that you didn't really know was there, that sort of thing, like,
We're doing... I would say I don't have abs, but we're doing core work and I'm feeling the pain here. And I'm like, I don't have abs, what the hell is that pain? Yeah, so it's like... It's mad when you work out with some people who actually know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like, go to physically improve everything about you. Because like your whole human body. That's why I'm a big advocate of... That's why I do PT stuff now, to try to get interested in it. I'm going to try to help people understand that. Mm-hmm. One of the other episodes, we had 2 PTs on and they have their own business. And one of them said, Ray said, that she had her clients, she trains all her clients like athletes. And that, when we think of athletes, we think of the term of like people who are playing sports, elite people who are, that we see on TV and whatnot. And she was like, no, I train all my clients like athletes. And an athlete is someone who should move to their best potential, which I feel like is put perfectly. Like, treat your body like an athlete, like you are an athlete, and you're just trying to be able to move to your best potential.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever that may be. And so that's just why I think, guys or girls going to the gym to work on one thing for the whole day. Even people go to the gym just to go on a treadmill for an hour. What are you doing? Like,
yeah. I see where you're coming from, but then that might just, they're trying to lose weight and they're just doing that cardio every day and they think that's going to get them where they need to be. That's what I'm saying,
but like knowledge, with more knowledge, it's like you can get so much more greater. Like,
but yeah, I feel like you start somewhere. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's some people like, I'm still a newbie at the gym. I don't know a lot of things.
Me too, fairly.
So yeah, as long as you're eating healthy, you're eating right, and you're trying to be active. That's all you can really ask for.
There is a change with your podcast. You are, you're not going to be where you normally do it.
Oh yeah.
What is the plan there with your podcast? And moving forward.
Yeah, so because I have a lot more time on my hands now that exams are done with school and whatnot, I have more time to go to places where I want to do the pod and have like the mics and the setup, cool background. And a lot of the guests that I have they don't live where I live. So if I do it kind of closer to where they are, I can do get a lot more people on and whatnot. So yeah, the setting will be changing a little bit. But it's not going to be it's not going to be all the time. I'm still got my space. I'm still going to do stuff there. But it's kind of just being flexible and just filming content, working with people, just jumping on loads of different pods and whatnot.
What are some of the episodes we have to look forward to, some of the topics?
Maybe not topics. Well, okay, so for example, I filmed yesterday with Clued Up Pods, who are a group of girls, and we talked about the Palestine genocide, ethnic cleansing going on there, and obviously the unfortunate death of Dejon Reed, the 14-year-old boy who was stabbed.
I didn't recognize the name, but I
did hear about
the
so
story,
the boy who was stabbed in Birmingham. So we talked about a bit about that, and like we kind of were jumping on conversations to do that. So that's probably going to be uploading before the one I have with you. And then I've got a couple more artists that I'm going to have on, and a couple boys that I've been looking at their pods and doing something for that. So
I was seeing stuff on social media, like I think there was an interview, there was a video of his mum.
Yeah, we spoke on that a bit. Yeah,
I was seeing that stuff and I was skipping through. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I was skipping through because, you know, we won't go into it, but I was just like, I'm just past the point where I'm tired of seeing just that side of black people, that side of, you know, pain and
I see what you mean,
and, you know, murder, whatever it may be. I got across that line while the George Floyd stuff happening, and that movie, The Black Messiah.
Okay,
yeah, that movie about the Black Panther and Fred Hampton. How that movie ended ruined me for like a day. So I was like, around that time, I was just like, bro, I cut all of that out.
Yeah, so. I'm the complete opposite. Like, I was about to say I enjoy watching that stuff, but I it's not, enjoy is not the right word, but it's like I want to watch that stuff because I feel like it kind of, that's not even a minuscule of the way that his family or people around him maybe feel. I might be looking at that being like, wow, that is so horrific. Imagine how the mum's feeling. And we made a really good point. It was like, you saw that video and it's like you're tired of seeing mums crying about, but the media like to capitalize off black people's pain, and they like to make this story and why are we filming people's families a day after they've lost their loved ones? So we were kind of talking about that and how, you know, it's just a game. They know what they're doing. And I've become so desensitized to it, you know, seeing dead bodies, seeing black people being shot.
So when's that pod going to be out?
Hopefully next week. Hopefully next week. I've got time, so more time. Yeah, next week, next Sunday. I upload on Sundays. So.
All right. So by time this come out, that'll probably be out.
Yeah. When you.
This will probably be out June, so late June.
Okay. So yeah. No, it will definitely be out by then. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to collaborate. Thank you for joining me.
No, of course. Thank you for having me, guys.
Guys and girls, Jeanette from the BehindTheMic podcast.
Yeah.
Tune in. We'll put a link in below so you can access it. We appreciate you for listening. We appreciate you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We'll let you be. This is episode 15. See you next time. Have a good morning. Have a good day. Have a good night. Finito.